Hello and welcome to today's reading. We're going to be using the OSHO Zen Tarot today and looking at energies in meditation. What I noticed today was just a lot of that, some would call it competition energy, some would call it distraction energy, but when you find the thing you're really excited to do and you have new enthusiasm for it, and all of a sudden all these other things pop up and want your attention, and some of them, you know, are commitments that you've made. Some of them though are not, and it's really kind of a reminder to the energy we were looking at I believe last week with the reading about it had the devil as the center card, but it was the you know, choosing how we choose our own limitations and our own cages and our own habits of priority. And so it can also come in as that oh man, I just ran out of time to do it, or oh, I just couldn't do it because I had all these other commitments, when sometimes those other commitments are things that you can move aside, or were, I'll call them distractions, things that you didn't have to do, that you chose to do, and whether you chose to do them because you were fearful or 100 other hidden emotions, or whether you chose to do them just because they were fun in the moment and you wanted to do them instead of the commitments or the responsibilities or the things you have enthusiasm for. So I just see a lot of that competition energy and having to decide, having to use your seniority, your ability to choose what's important to you, because we all know when there's something that's important to us, we always have the time and we always have the money. We figure it out. And if it's not super important to us, then we start allowing excuses, or sometimes we cause the excuses because doing it changes our lives. So, which also reflects yesterday's reading a little bit on the opportunity to choose change. So anyway, we'll see what today's reading has to do with any of that, or something totally different. So we'll just pray that the message comes up clearly, and those that find this video needed to hear what was said, and that it is a blessing towards their spiritual growth and awareness in whatever time you may find it. So I'm just going to take a moment to clear my own energy space. And I suspect we will end up in a triangle reading, but I'm going to start with one card. But the impetus does seem to be moving towards doing triangle readings for the daily readings. So we'll see. So the card I've drawn is Rebirth. This would be the 10 of air, or swords, in a traditional deck. In this deck, though, it has quite different imagery. There is the same aspect of things being done and reaching the end and being devoured by the project that you're doing, devoured by your thoughts. But in this case, being devoured by the thoughts also brings room for expansion and new growth and rebirth and new ideas. So I'm looking at this for my viewers here and connecting to your energy. What I'm seeing is actually a lot of grief over both grief and relief over things ending. it does play off of yesterday that, you know, not being able to do things the same way anymore. Has to end, has to change. And there being, you know, grief in that, because when we change, we have to let go of some things, but also relief in that there is room for expansion, there is room for new thought. So. Mm-hmm. And the Knight of Air in this suit, or the Knight of Swords, is really interesting. They call this control. And what I'm seeing is that even though the time has come, you know, you can't do any more action or thought wise. We still want to be in control. We still struggle to try and maintain status quo, to maintain the reputation, to maintain the image of whatever we previously created. And the guidance I'm getting here is that it's really about letting go and having ease and allowing these changes that are coming, these changes that are happening right now, the end of these thought patterns, the end of these habits, the opportunity to make the changes by choice. You know, it's just about allowing that to happen and choosing it, and not holding on to our ego's pictures of fear or ego's pictures of what keeps us safe or what's needed, but releasing control is actually what I'm seeing today. So. And then we have the Queen of Fire. And sharing. You know, you don't have to go through all of this alone. You can share your feelings, you can share the experience, not only to support you, but in sharing it, you allow others into your world, and it's just about giving and receiving. You allow somebody else into your world, and you allow them to have that part of your grief or your change, or part of maybe the celebration. Maybe the relief and the rebirth is just, you know, sparked a celebration. So I just see it about being community and about the giving and receiving, and allowing people to support you, but also allowing you to share, just to share yourself with others. And in that sharing of yourself with others, connection and support goes both ways. And in the center, possibilities. Isn't that an exciting word? You know, after all the kind of heaviness of endings and changes and decisions and priorities, this harkens back to the weekend reading in the card of freedom. There's possibilities when you make the change, when you set things down, when you relinquish control and allow, then there is a multitude of possibilities open for you. Many pathways you can choose, many new thoughts, many new ways of being, and it's exciting. You can actually, you know, daydream and play and know that you can actually take actions on one of those steps. And maybe it's, you know, trying out a couple of different of these possibilities before really committing. But the fact that through relinquishing control, through the end of this process, and sharing with people, that there's just a whole new world opening up. All of these possibilities, and it's just something to truly revel in. And this is the suit of fire, the suit of spirit, the things that bring you to life, that allow you to really engage and be passionate about life. So these possibilities are things that are exciting and they will be beneficial to you. So that is the reading for today. I hope that you can make these transitions with grace and ease and sharing, being supported and opening up to possibilities. Have a great day. We'll see you for Places of Opposites tomorrow.